Good morning. Good morning. My name is Renetta Gunn Stevens, CEO of Sophisticated Press, and I am so happy to come before you today to help you find your why for publishing. And so today we're going to do a brainstorming exercise. And in this exercise, we're just going to answer some questions that need to be answered. So that way we start 2021 with clarity, with confidence, and with clear communications and understanding. Okay. So do me a favor when you come in, tag and share with your business besties, your writing buddies. I want you to say hello. Let me know what state you're tuning in from. And then I want you to actually bring your current situation to the table. I want you to bring your current status, your current mindset to the table, because today I'm going to do an exercise with you to help you find your why for publishing a book. All right. And the reason why it's going to be important in finding out your why, because you're going to need your why to carry you through the rest of the year and beyond. If you don't know your why, you'll give up easily. But if you know your why, then you will definitely be able to stay in the race even when things get a little hard, even when writer's block try to creep up on you, even when sales get low. If you know your why, you will stay in the race, right? One of my favorite scriptures, you all, is when it said, for the joy that was set before him, talking about Jesus Christ, for the joy that was set before him, he was able to endure the cross. And that was always profound to me, because it was like, was that cross hard? Absolutely. Because Jesus was half God and half man, and he felt those nails going through his hand. But for the joy, for the why that was set before him, he was able to endure the cross. And so today I'm going to help you understand your why, get to know your why, so you can endure everything that comes with this writing and publishing process, because it is a process. It's not easy. That's why 80 to 90% want to write a book, but only 5% follow through. Why? Because it's not easy. But I need you to get the joy before you. I need you to get your why before you, and you will be able to endure. So the first question, we're going to have a lot of questions, you all. So grab your pen and paper. I'll give you a few minutes to grab your pens and paper. I'll also give you a few moments to say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And while you're doing that, I'll just give you a quick bio about myself and the company. As stated earlier, I'm the CEO of Sophisticated Press, author of 4 books: Kingdom Speaking in the Boardroom, A Dad's Redemption, 10 Ways to Eliminate Debt by Writing, and Push, Promote Until Shipping and Handling Happens. I'm the co-founder of Sophisticated Press, Author Academy. When I say co-founder, that is because God is the CEO of this company. So he is always the head, and I'm the second in command. We are responsible for helping executives around the world share their genius through books. And these books are creating so much opportunity for them. And so our belief here is that every business should have a book, and every book is a business. Our purpose is to help entrepreneurs self-publish books for global exposure and multiple streams of income. So when you tune in, expect to get some strategies that's going to help you become global. Because if you're like me, when I first started, I thought that my niche market was just going to be my local state of Illinois, my local city of Chicago. But the Lord had something bigger for me, and he had the nations for me, and I was thinking neighborhoods. And so today my job is to help you get to know your why, so that you can also go into the nations with your book, and you can also just be useful and help people become better at their lives. Okay, so today we're going to jump right into it. Grab your pen and paper, and if you have a question, please feel free to ask the question in the comments, and I'll highlight it on the front. So we're going to find out your why today, your why for publishing a book. Why do you want to publish a book? And if you want to put your answers in the comments, that's fine as well. So the first thing I want you to write down is, what do you do? The reason why that's important is because sometimes we want to reinvent the wheel and start something new. But currently, right now, what do you do? What have you been doing for years that you are an expert at? What is it that people call you for when they need something done? Like, for instance, when we need some tech done around the house, we'll call my son. He's known as the tech guy, right? So what is that thing that people call you for when they need help with something? Is it they need help with making the baked macaroni and cheese? Do they need help with getting some wisdom? Do they need help, some advice? Do they need help in ministry? Like, what is your field of expertise? I want you to write that down for me. And if you're not selling it, that's totally fine, because we're going to get you there. But if you are selling it, what are you selling? If you are a business owner, what are you selling in your business? If you're not a business owner, what would you like to sell? Write that down for me. Oh, great. So we have some comments coming in. Wonderful. So the reading library lady said that she's known for wisdom and she writes. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. Great. So she's known for wisdom. People call her for wisdom, and she's very good at writing. Now, what you want to determine is, how are you going to showcase your wisdom and your writing? There's multiple ways that you can showcase it, but today we're going to just really talk about how to showcase it in books and in social media, because we're living in a virtual world now. We're living in a virtual world. I know a lot of people, as myself, we were old school. I grew up learning the typewriter and shorthand. That's how old. I ain't that old, but I'm 43. So when I was in high school, there was no computers, there was typewriters. Well, there were computers, but it was very limited use. We learned typewriters and shorthand and the stencil pad. So how you're going to sell your writing and your wisdom? You're going to sell your writing and your wisdom through books. Now I want to ask you this question. When you sell your writing and your wisdom in books, or whatever your subject matter is that you wrote down on your paper, what is your why for publishing this book? And your why cannot be about money. Your why has to be about purpose. In business, the most successful people are those who serve, who are not self-serving, but who serve. So really think for a moment. What is your why? If you were to publish a book right now, why would you want to publish this book? Take all of your selfish desires out the way, push them to the side, and I want you to think about humanity. I want you to think about humanity right now. What is the purpose that this book is going to be published for? Why are you attached to that purpose? Why do you want to publish this book? We know I'm gonna say all the self-serving stuff so we can get that out the way. I want to self-publish a book for additional streams of income. Got it. I want to publish a book so I can be a bestseller. Got it. Okay. Let's take all of ourselves out of that. We know we want to make money. We know we want to, be able to live and not worry about that. Okay, we got all of that. Let's take that out the way. Now let's just focus on humanity. Why? Why is this book important? Right? Let's talk about that. What is the purpose around the book? Wisdom is very important, right? People need wisdom. The Bible says wisdom is better than choice silver. Wisdom is important. So now that you know your why, I want you to answer these questions. Now that you're getting to your why, what is going to be inspiring about your message? Because your job as the author is to wrap your message in a package that is inspiring, that is going to make people want to be associated with wisdom, right? The Bible talks about how wisdom is crying out in the streets. She's like, hello, I'm right here, wisdom, wisdom. And the people are not paying attention to wisdom, right? Wisdom said, I was there at the beginning when God was creating the heavens and the earth. So how can we make wisdom attractive? How can we make wisdom inspiring? How can we make wisdom, as the example that the reading library lady put in the comments, how can we make wisdom interesting? One of the ways that we make wisdom, as the example is in the comments, is we have to show the benefits of wisdom. What are the benefits of wisdom? Right? That's going to be your job to show the benefits of wisdom. Did it help you get healthy? Did it help you to live longer? Okay, great. The reading library lady said to show hurting people through story how to put the broken pieces of their life back together. I love it. I love it. So we're going to tweak this statement and we're going to work on this statement right here. I love this because there's a exercise that's called the XYZ statement, right? So we're going to work on this statement right here, the XYZ statement. And with the XYZ statement, you have to state your X is who you're helping. Your Y is what you're going to be doing, and your Z is the results. So the reading library lady X is hurting people. That's her X. To show hurting people through story how to put broken pieces of their life together. So the results is going to be that the broken pieces of their life is going to be put together. But let's work on that why. That why is what you're going to be doing. So my book is going to help hurting people. Let's take that through story out and say apply wisdom to put the broken pieces of their life back together. Rewrite that for me. My book helps hurting people apply wisdom to put the broken pieces of their life back together. Can you write that for me in the comments again? My book help hurting people apply wisdom to put the broken pieces of their life back together. And just in case she's doing something, I'm going to type it in here myself because I want this on the on the comments thread. My book help. Here you go. My book, here she go. My book will help hurting people through wisdom to put the broken pieces back together. Nope, that's not what I said. I said apply wisdom. Because you want to be very clear what you're doing. You're helping hurting people apply wisdom. The XYZ statement is showing what you're going to help them do. So just saying my book will help hurting people through wisdom, no, that's not the same as applying wisdom. Your XYZ statements and your why has to be so crystal clear that they understand they have to do something. What they have to apply the wisdom. This isn't about you're doing it through wisdom by helping them, but the book will help hurting people apply. We need apply in there. Apply, incorporate, whatever terminology that you need to put in, but we need that there because they need to know what they have to do. That's that action verb. And that through is not an action verb. So we need them to know that they're going to have to apply. Everyone who's going to watch this now, who's watching this on the replay, is very important. Like our XYZ statement is, we help entrepreneurs to self-publish. That's that action. We help authors to self-publish books. I'm looking at the wall because I have all my big sticky notes on the wall. We help authors to self-publish books for global exposure and multiple streams of income. So they're going to self-publish. I'm not going to self-publish. I'm going to help them self-publish, but the action is on them. There we go. My book will help hurting people apply wisdom to put the broken pieces back together, right? The broken pieces back together. I love it. I love it. So we took the word life out, and that's totally fine. My book will help hurting people apply wisdom to put the broken pieces back together. That's wonderful because whatever is broken in their life, it'll speak to them. It'll speak to them. And then, so now it's going to be able to answer the last two questions. What problems are you solving? I'm solving the problem of people whose life is broken or whose relationship is broken, whose finances are broken. Like, right, whatever is broken and whatever your principles is and your strategies of wisdom is, when somebody want to know, like, why should I buy this book or what problem is this book going to solve? Oh, this book is going to help me apply wisdom to put the broken pieces back together. And then if somebody say, well, why should I buy your book? Because that's the next question. If somebody come up to you and say, why should I buy your book? Well, you should buy my book only now if you have broken pieces in your life, because my book will help hurting people apply wisdom to put the broken pieces back together. So let me tell you why this is so important, authors, because your book is not for everyone. That's why there's genres. So don't write a book for everyone. Because if you're marketing to everyone, you're marketing to no one. So your book, for the example, is just for hurting people. You wouldn't try to sell your book to happy people. Why? Because it's for hurting people. So you would be using keywords and you will be using hashtags that's for hurting people. And don't get mad if a happy person don't buy your book. Why? Because your book is not for happy people. I understand that my service is not for people that don't want to write a book or that's not an entrepreneur. So if there's someone who's not interested in writing a book or interested in becoming an entrepreneur and extending their brand, I understand that's not my niche. And so I don't get mad when they say no. No is going to bring you to the right person. If it's not for them, that's okay. That's why we should never get mad when our family and friends don't buy our books. Why? If they're not in our niche, why would they buy our book? Because again, the book is not to make money. The book is to make change, to help people in their lives. So if my family members, if that's not their niche, yeah, that would be cool if they did buy it. But I'm not about to lose a family member because they didn't buy a book. The book is not their niche. It's not their genre that they like. So don't bully people into purchasing your book. Find your why, like we just did. If you have to watch this replay again, watch the replay. Find your why, and then you want to talk to the people that's in your XYZ statement. See that? My book will help hurting people. That's her niche, hurting people. So she'll use hashtags stress, hashtag depressed, hashtag hurting, hashtag, right? That's when she'll do her research and she'll look up hashtags for hurting people. And then she'll market her book. She'll market the wisdom that her book is going to apply. And then she'll help them put the broken pieces back together. Why? Because your job is, if you have survived something, if you have really learned how to handle stress, depression, things that'll, death, things that'll make you just go into mourning. If you have come through that, the Bible says we overcome by the words of our testimonies, right? In the blood of the Lamb. So now that we done overcame, we got to go back like Harriet Tubman went back and get the people. See, Harriet Tubman, when she got free, she didn't just say, okay, I'm free, I'm good. Let me go to Philadelphia and do my thing. No, she was like, I got to go back. I got to go back. I got to go back and get my people. That's still hurting. So that's what the reading library lady is going to do. She's going to go back and get the people that's hurting because she been through the valley of hurt and she was able to navigate through it. And now she can be like, I know how to help you. Follow me. This is the way you get out of this hurt. This is the way you get out of this broken place and get back to your wholeness. This is the way you do it. And let that why carry you through the whole year to publish your book, to start courses, to start trainings, to do conferences, to do consultations, to do mentoring. You're going to take this statement that you just created today, and this is going to be your why and your anchor for 2021. This is your anchor. My book will help hurting people apply wisdom to put the broken pieces back together. That's your anchor for 2021. Every day you wake up, you should be finding somebody that you can connect with that's hurting, that you can help, that you can set up consultations with, that you can create a online course about. Here are steps you can do to come out of hurting. Here are books you can read. Here are scriptures you can meditate on. Here are exercises you can do. However you want to go, however the Lord tells you how to do it, that's what you want to do. Okay, so I wanted to come live today, and I'm going to do these. I'm going to commit and do these every Saturday. Just give you some strategies, because I understand that when you're writing a book and when you're publishing a book, it can be scary. It can be overwhelming. You probably, don't have people in your family that ever did this. And so it can be like, wow, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I'm qualified. I don't know if I can afford it. But my job is to just come on every Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to do it at a regular time yet, but if I do, it'll probably be like 11:15. And just come on every Saturday and talk to you personally and help you through some strategies during the self-publishing process. But one of the first things that you have to identify is your why, because that why is going to help you pay whatever it costs to get your book out, whatever time is needed to get your book out, whatever exercises and action items to get your book out. And when you work with Sophisticated Press, that's what we give you. We give you action items, we give you homework, we give you mentorship, because we understand that if we just have you sign a package and give you some things to do, you're still not learning your craft, and we want you to be experts at your craft. All right. Are there any other questions before we let you go? Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Reading Library Lady, for being such a great participant today. Listen, do me a favor. I want you to look us up at sophisticatedpress.com, and I want you to consider joining us for the year of 2021. We want to be your publisher coach. We want to help you self-publish your book and get your message out. If you are an existing client of ours and you know the experience that you have had, encourage someone also to take that leap of faith and to just join us. We help all types of authors. We have politicians, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have public health officials, we have just people in Bermuda that is just really just soaring. And so you need a book. You are an expert. You need to showcase your expertise, and that's the best way you can do it is through a book. And so we just encourage you to find us at sophisticatedpress.com. Look under our packages tab, sign up for one of the coaching programs. It does come with coaching. There are payment plans available, and I guarantee you that your legacy will thank you. 2021 will thank you if you get your book out in 2021. And by it being January, I know everyone is doing their goals to lose weight and to do this and to do this. Make sure writing your book is in your top 3 goals, because that is going to be the bridge of opportunity that 2021 is going to give you to make more money, to make more relationships. Writing a book, besides the money, the relationships I have right now are priceless. And that is something that you need in this world. You know how they say it's about who you know, but how about it's about them knowing you back? Because we can know a lot of people, but they don't know us. So the book is going to help you build relationships around the globe. And that's what you want. You know, I look at the map sometime and I be like, wow, if I really travel places, all I have to do is call a certain client and say, I'm in town, let's meet up. Because God has given me clients in almost every state. Now, I don't got a Utah or Colorado client, and I don't have a Dakota client. Dakota, I'm gonna name the clients. I'm looking at my wall, and that's another thing, you all. Your office, your writing space, put some things on the wall. Like jump that wall up with just quotes and goals and maps, so you can see that the Lord is giving you nations. I have 2 maps. I have the United States map and I have the world map up there. So I don't have anyone in Montana, North Dakota, Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, and Colorado. But literally almost every other state, I don't have no one in Maine and New Mexico. Other than that, we have a client that's in those states. Look at that, you all. All just from me just writing my first book. That I can go to really half of the right side of the map and just call a client and say, I'm in your state. Can we meet up and do lunch? Can we do brunch? God is giving you the nations. He's giving you the green light for 2021 to go forth. So you can stop praying and asking him for it. It's given. Now it's up to you. The ball is in your hand. The ball is in your court, all right? Well, you know how we end it here at Sophisticated Press. Listen, we love you so much with the love of Jesus Christ, unapologetically. We know you can do it, and we are so proud of you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.